Merry Christmas, YouTube, and I can't deny to you guys, I'm a little bit jelly. Why? It's not only because of you guys gathering around with your family and having such an awesome time, but you guys can't deny the gifts are insane. I would love to walk into my house and see a nice brand new computer with a shiny little bow on top, but unfortunately that's just not the life of the TheCaliEffect. But what I can provide for you guys is a gift that keeps on giving yet again. These are some cards that are very, very cheap right now. And if you guys take advantage and buy some for yourself, when they skyrocket in price, you'll be able to save money for your friends and families for the next Christmas. I think that's what it's all about, right? I'm the TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, then go and destroy that subscribe button. But more importantly, go ahead and that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. I also want to give a special thanks to every single one of my Patreons. Without you guys, videos like this would not be possible. I also want to give a mad shout out to our newest Patreon, Mike A. Potter. Welcome to the clan, man. Make sure you add yourself to that Discord and message me or Jest so we can get you guys situated and you can take advantage of those rewards. Without further ado, I present to you 5 secret cards that you should be buying before they skyrocket in price, and it'll be a humbug. Am I saying that right? Humbug? Is that what you know? All right. Coming in hot at number 5 is a card that debuted in the Return of the Duelist set. It has since had 1 reprint inside of an Astro Pack, and if you guys know the succession order, Astro Pack is before OTS, and we're on OTS 9. Soul Drain is a very powerful card. At the cost of 1,000 life points, you can negate the activation and negate the effects of monster effects that activate in the graveyard or activate when they're banished. Soul Drain is a pivotal card at stopping a premier strategy in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game right now, Thunder Dragons. But what if I told you that this card's price point could not only drastically increase the Astro Pack version, not the Return of the Duelist so much, but as well as it's tied to the Forbidden List. Yes, if the Forbidden List ever brought this card at more than 1 copy, I can see this card immediately shooting up in price because of its immediate viability against some of the top decks. And then there are still other decks that are going to be very graveyard reliant or banish reliant that Soul Drain could stop. Not only that, Soul Drain is just a very powerful card on its own. And sitting at $3 for a super rare, I think is a prime investment to pick up right now. I think the maximum value for this card will be $20 each, but a $20 super rare off a $3 investment just means high boom for high pick potential. Pick up your Soul Drains at least to have for yourself before it is too late. Number 4 on this list is a card that you guys could say was snubbed out of my secret text for this format. I still think that it's a very powerful card, and we're actually going to pay some homage to it in this video because, well, it's a card that you guys should pick up. It's really powerful too. Formerly known as Forbidden Graveyard, Silent Graveyard is extraordinary. At the cost of discarding 1 card from your hand, effects in the graveyard cannot be activated. This card is pretty good against very big graveyard reliant decks, but I want you guys to focus on is the price point. You can get this card for as low as 40 cents, and while I think that the ceiling of this card is not as high as Soul Drain, it could be a $2 or $3 card. Seeing that Soul Drain is already a $3 card, this card can be a safer investment for a higher load and can have a similar payoff. While Soul Drain has more potential, Silent Graveyard is just a powerful card that could be ran in so many decks. Another great thing about Silent Graveyard is that people tend to think that OTS pack reprints is the end-all be-all for certain cards. While it may be true, it does decrease the value of certain cards, the fact that it's only had 2 prints, one in the Shining Darkness, the other in OTS, people have to realize that OTS isn't available for everybody in every area, so it's almost just as scarce as having the Shining Darkness print. It also is an indication that a lot of cards printed inside of an OTS set normally skyrocket in price sooner or later. I'm looking at you, Instant Fusion. I mean, how many prints have you had? And it's still expensive. Nonetheless, I think that Forbidden Graveyard or Silent Graveyard is a card that everybody should pick up and at least have 3 copies because it's such a powerful card. Number 3 on this list, everybody hates roaches, and we all have that one family member or friend that has roaches at their house. It's normally the place that you dread. I know I dread going over because you never know what goes down. And this particular card, it's actually beneficial to have this roach inside of your deck so you can give to your opponent. Retaliating Sea is a really powerful card. When your opponent activates a spell card to summon a monster to their side of the field, you can give them this nice shiny new roach. And what it does is henceforward, every card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. Now, one would think, why would I want to give them a card for them to link away with? Well, Retaliating Sea has another ability that when it's sent to the graveyard, you can add one level 4 Earth Insect monster with 1500 attack or less from your deck to your hand. Now, I don't see Retaliating Sea as being a very competitive card right now, but once decks start to become more fusion reliant, which they kind of are right now, Polymerization becoming a really good card. Prank Kids Pandemonium's already a great card, but once we start to see more decks that are reliant on spell cards to bring out their monsters and then hate to lose their board to the banish pile, this card can really shine. And as far as giving it to your opponent, when they link it away, you get to search that insect monster that you really need. Now, if Maxi were to come off this list, I would definitely scramble to get this card, or just get the pest control to be able to play against this card, because it really will be powerful. Right now, I see Retaliating Sea at about 60 cents for super rares. I would definitely pick up a couple of playsets, one for me and possibly one to trade later on down the road, because this card will have its day to shine. Number 2 on this list is Evil. No, seriously, I've already made a top 5 video about this card, and it actually went up in price. Now, I do think that it can go a lot higher, especially dependent on what worm monsters we get in the future. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's Yazi, Evil of the Yang Zing. This card is powerful as all hell. Why? Because it not only is it a 2600 untargetable behemoth, which some decks will struggle to destroy, when he is destroyed, you can spell summon a worm monster from your deck to your side of the field for free. If that were to add insult to injury, this card can destroy itself by destroying another card on the field. Yazi is just a really good card that I feel every single person should have in their arsenal. It's a card that just can win games outright by himself or provide tons of advantage. Right now, I think that the lowest one that you guys can get from the next challenger is around $5 to $6, with the ultimate rares being around that price as well. Pick up those ultimate rares before it is too late. This card is stupid good. And while I'm at it, Boxia is a really good Yang Zing too. The ability to spin cards, as well as special summon monsters from your graveyard to your side of the field. Boxia might be a card that you guys might want to put on too, so now you get 2 cards for the price of just number 2. Just pick up all the Yang Zings. The Xiaofeng is good too, but we're not going to talk about that. Not yet. Next video. Before we get into number 1, I actually have a gift for you guys. This card should have been in the super secret text, but I think it can fall on here because while it might not be a card that will go up in a very long time, it's still a card that will go up soon enough. Herald of the Abyss is really powerful, ladies and gentlemen. At the cost of 1500 life points, you can force your opponent to send a monster on the field to the graveyard that has the corresponding type and attribute as the one you declare. Now, the reason why this card is so good as opposed to cards like Smashing Ground is because it can get rid of threats that are unaffected by card effects. That's right, Herald of the Abyss can be used to get rid of number 86 because it's forcing a player to do an interaction and not affecting the monster. I don't really actually have another way to explain that. So if you guys want a video on that, then I guess I'd have to make it. There's not too many cards that do that. This is one of them. Number 1 on this list is a card that actually reminds me that everything on this list could be a super secret tech, just like how all of the techs could have value to be on this list. I think that they coincide really well. This is a card that is extremely underrated. It's been reprinted 4 times, ladies and gentlemen, and every single iteration of this card is no less than $4. Solemn Strike is a great card. I want to say as long as Link monsters are the basis of Yu-Gi-Oh! So for the next 2 years, Solemn Strike will always be relevant. Why? Because every Link summon is hittable by Solemn Strike, ladies and gentlemen. And this card just always has value in a Link heavy format. Nonetheless, it also stops monster effects during either player's turn. So anytime you want to stop one of the most critical parts of the game, Solemn Strike has your back. Currently, the cheapest version of this card is around $3 to $4, which is insane for a card that has been reprinted 4 times. I think that this card's highest ceiling, even the ultra rares, can go up to $10 each, while the secret rares can go to 15s, and let's not talk about the ultimate rares because they can go to some astronomical numbers that nobody wants to see. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, and if you didn't, let us know down below in the comment section what we could do to be better. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am. It's not that I don't hope you're not having a great Christmas. It's just that I don't do Christmas. So like I can't say I'm having later.